It's 12 o'clock. Good afternoon. How y'all doing? I do hope that everybody is well. I do hope everybody is wonderful. In fact, there's a few birthdays. And so I like to say happy birthday to those of you who happen to be celebrating a birthday. God allowed you and spared your life through all of these things that are happening. You were allowed another birthday. And so it is your birthday. And so for those of you who happen to have a birthday, happy birthday to you. DJ is on here. God bless you. It's good to see you. I hope you guys set your notifications because I'm normally on at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But due to my travel and I needed some rest because I am here in South Carolina. I'm in St. Stephen, South Carolina, and I have service tonight. I'm traveling. And so I was a little bit exhausted. We had an amazing time last night. Minister Leary, it was good to see you. God bless you. Lakeisha Taylor is saying good evening. Cookie DeBose is saying hello, how are you? Jackie Dar is saying good afternoon from Maryland. Michael or Michelle, excuse me, just went up the timeline. Tanya Harding just went up the timeline to my husband, Apostle Fred D. Gooden III, who is over with our Bishop Liston Page doing his assignment. I like to say to my Bishop Liston Page, we are honored to have you cover us. God bless you to all of you. Aroma, good to see you. Antoinette said, all is well. I'm good. Good afternoon, pop-up. That's right. That's what it is, Minister Leary. Monique is going up the timeline. Jaleesa is going up the timeline. God bless you all. Tina went up the timeline. God bless you all. Hold on. I got to get this call. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. Cedric, what's up? Give me a minute, okay? All right, it's just one sheet, and I get it notarized. Oh, no. So I just have one quick question for you. Okay. So in order to do a business succession plan, you should do it through Unity Church. So all the directives that you have from the church got it done and adopted by the board. Is that possible? That'll be possible, but I'm gonna tell you about that later. But what I just sent you, I just need one sheet. But that whole succession part, I'll handle that on a later note. I'll pull Fred in for that. Okay? So I'll just put those as your wishes and desires, if you will. That'll work. In order for it to be justified, so it's going across the line. Yeah. Okay. Well, I am the board. Yeah, I got what you said. Yeah. I do. You're the greatest attorney in the world. Love you. You all right? Family good? I'm doing great, actually. Yeah, I'm doing good. I just moved to my office so we started a new daycare. So I'm in my office in the back of the daycare. Okay. And much bigger space. Okay. I mean, I'm still in the other space. So I will. Okay. We're out of permitting, but starting construction. Okay. I like that. All right. Congratulations on your new business endeavor, and I'll call you back. All right. All right. We'll pick this up on Monday. The weekend, I need to calm down. I got a lot going on. All right. Bye-bye. I have the best attorneys in the world. Y'all should have one or two or three. But you need to get an attorney. So Leary's like, you all about business. I'm very transparent, and this is just what it is. It is what it is. There are a lot of women who are business women, and there are a lot of men who are businessmen. So anyone that is venturing, doing anything business-wise, I applaud you because it is hard work. To each and every one of you, I want to say thank you so much. I don't mean being transparent, but transparency is all I know. In fact, I was ordained for it, and so I'm doing some things, and you will see exactly what my husband and I are doing very soon. To each and every one of you. So I'm going to have a conversation with you, and it's just very ironic, and I promise you, I did not have my attorney call me at a specific time. We are working on something, and he just happened to call me. His name is Cedric Rainey. He just happened to call me out of the blue in the middle of me talking to you. Iris, we're praying for you. And so his timing was impeccable. The timing was impeccable because I don't move or do anything without counsel. There's a reason why I'm saying this. And so if you are looking at me right now and you need someone to hear this right now and you're doing anything concerning your personal life or business, you need to pay attention. I want to read a scripture. I want to read Proverbs 11 and 14 to you. Someone said, you preached last night. I am honored to serve. In fact, I'll be preaching again tonight, and then I'm getting on the road because we have baptism tomorrow. Put up Proverbs 11 and 14. I need everyone. And if you didn't set your notifications, it's on you. You know I'm coming on at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But because I'm traveling, I'm going to give it to you now. I need you to click tag and share someone. But I need you to put up Proverbs 11 and 14. Everybody put up Proverbs 11 and 14. Do it now. This is what I want to bring to your attention. Now, as I was having a dialogue with you, my attorney, Cedric Rainey, happened to call in the middle of my live. And because he called in the middle of my live, it was impeccable timing because I want to talk to you all about safe counseling. Lashana, I love you too. Safe counsel. Everyone should have someone to counsel them in their life, in business, or whatever it is that you're doing in this season. You need to have safe counsel. It is the smartest thing you could do to have someone speak to you concerning your next move. Proverbs 11 and 14 says, where no counsel is, the people fall. It's almost like Hosea says, without vision, the people perish. And Proverbs 11 and 14 says, where no counsel is, people are guaranteed to fall. But in a multitude of counselor, there is something called safety. This is why people are having a problem holding things together, because they're not speaking to the right people concerning their next move. Conflict in a small group presents opportunities for Satan to divide, but also for group members to grow. See, I read the ESV. So let me break this down to you. You get ready to do something. You have to be very careful who's in your circumference concerning your next move. There are people who are connected to you that don't want anything to do with what you're doing. They just want to be affiliated or associated. Hold on. You got to be very careful, because when you're trying to do something and you're trying to get people together to help them understand that I'm about to do something, having wisdom associated with your craft can create success. I'm going to say it again. Wisdom associated with your craft, someone said you are directly on point. Wisdom associated with your craft can create success. Someone said, my gosh, today. I'm going to say that one more again. Y'all, please stop stealing my stuff. Because I watch people go up the timeline of stuff that I said and they stick their name on it. No, don't do that. That's called stealing. You never sit at somebody's table and eat and dine and just walk away and wipe your mouth. I'm going to say this again. Please put CCM hashtag under it. Success. With wisdom, I'm going to say wisdom, or success with counsel. Success with a craft can create success. Success with wisdom, success with counsel, success with a craft can create success. Anytime you're doing something concerning business, your health, your love life, or anything that you are doing, if you have a craft and you get it attached to wisdom, you are guaranteed to have success, because someone gave you the direction on where you should go, because you have feelings. They're the wrong people involved. This scripture says conflict. You could try to create on conflict if you want to. That is never going to stand. When you're trying to create with a person of conflict, it's never going to stand. When you try to create a relationship and there's always conflict, it's never going to stand. When you're trying to build on somebody and they're broken, it's never going to stand. Whenever you have wisdom associated with a craft, you can guarantee to have success. Why? Because of wise counsel. Anybody that is always associated with conflict, they present the opportunity for Satan to divide what it is you're trying to do. Anytime you have anyone that is associated with a group of people and there is jealousy, strife, cantankerousness, or whatever it is that you're trying to do, and it's always a conflict, the wise counselor will say, they're not good for you. There are people right now, you're trying to take a square peg. The square peg is your business. The square peg is your idea. The square peg is you trying to buy a house. The square peg is you trying to take your business from one level to another level. The square peg is anything that you have that can create success. You're trying to take people who are always in conflict, people who are in cahoots with you, people who are in competition with you, people who don't want you to be greater than them. Your square peg is trying to go into a round hole, and it's never going to work because the enemy has presented an opportunity for your success to dwindle down because of the conflict. You got to be very careful in this season because God is saying it is time for you to build. And wisdom is very, listen, I'm going to say what she said. Wisdom is very powerful in the process of your development. You can't build with somebody that has a credit score of a 4 and trying to tell you what to do, but they won't take their own advice. I'm going to say something because I'm transparent. I don't mind being transparent because I've been free from a lot of stuff. I don't care how many people try to lie on me. I don't care how many people try to concoct lies, slander, all of that stuff that people waste their time with. People who are building, we ain't got no time for that. We building. You stay in the dark. I never bought my house. People says, oh, she giving me the tea. Go on, hot, cold, lukewarm. If you want to sip it, just click, tag, and share. I never purchased my house. No, I didn't. No. I didn't purchase my house because what I did, I went before God with counsel. I said, now God, watch this. I'm going to need you to click, tag, and share. I'm about to blow y'all's mind. See, you hearing it from the source. Yvette Bell said, come on now. No. I went before God with counsel concerning the marriage or the situation that I was trying to get away from. I went before God. I went before a safe counselor. I said, Lord, give me the strategy, not just how to get out, but tell me what am I supposed to do in the process of me knowing I'm in a bad marriage. Harriet said, come on. Oh, trust me. I'm about to give it to you raw, real, and uncut. I said, because I know that this marriage is cantankerous and it's not going to be for me or beneficial for me and my children and my growth. I recognize where I'm going. Let me go to God before I make my next move. And God says, don't you dare buy a house with that joker. Someone said, come on now. Don't you dare purchase a house with that joker. Happy birthday to you, Stephanie. Listen to me. God is telling some of you, don't you dare go a next. Okay, people says I'm crying. I ain't got no tissue to wipe your tears today. Don't you dare move in with that person. Don't you dare get connected because I'm taking you somewhere. And the worst thing you could do is get, someone said she not done yet. The worst thing you could do is continue to put a square peg in a round hole. I saw God for counsel. He said, you better not purchase a house with that joker. Somebody right now, you are in a conundrum of war because you're fighting over property and you knew that marriage wasn't going to last. The best thing that I ever did was listen to my counselor. I went to my counselor. I went to my therapist. I went to my family. I talked to people. I went to places and went to God concerning a thing. And God said, you better not buy a house. Someone said, that you are speaking to me with that joker that I told you not to marry. And the best thing I ever did in my life is to walk away debt free. Why? Because I took counsel to God. Okay? All right. I guess y'all do want to cry. Someone said, you speaking to me. And so now God says, had you not listened to wise counselor, you would have been in trouble. It's people right now going through divorce. You're not even married and you purchased property. You went into business with people and you knew it wasn't going to work, but you did it anyway. And God said, because you did not seek wise counselor, you got yourself in trouble. The best thing that I could have ever done going through a divorce is not sit before a judge and have to fight over property or fight over a house. Some of you are fighting over stuff and you knew it wasn't going to work, but you did not consult counsel. And now you're in trouble. Oh, you need to click, tag, and share. See, there is safety in wise counseling. I don't care how many people that stands before me. I will tell you, you better go somewhere and get counseling or a counselor help you before you make the biggest mistake of your life. If y'all don't believe me, go to Proverbs 11 and 14, and it says that. Thank you, Pastor Henderson. It also says that wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom is such a principal thing until most people are in trouble because your flesh makes situations that your heart should have saved you from. 777 people under the sound of my voice. I know it's lunchtime and a lot of people got to go. There is so much wisdom in getting good counsel. A good counselor will say, don't do that. A good counselor will say, no, I don't think. The Bible states, show me a man that will build a house and not count up the cost. I love you too, Tanya. Show me a person that will build something and not count up the cost. You don't count up the cost. No. What you do is you do it on a whim. You do step out on faith, but your works is supposed to speak because God judged you by your deed. He judged you by your deed. You want to take your business from this level, but you have not mastered the last level. So God says, I want to take you somewhere, but you won't hear the wise counsel on how you get there. There is no shortcut things to this thing. No, there isn't. And most people, you won't walk away from the thing that's causing strife in your life, but yet and still you want to go higher in your finances. You want to get higher in your salvation. You want to get higher in your business. You want to get better at business and relationship. But yet and still you won't take the wise counsel into consideration. And so get your flesh out of the way. Get your flesh out of the way. It is time for you to do better and be better. And let a wise counselor help you. Yeah. Wise counsel, God says, there's safety there. Some of you have made some horrible mistakes. And God says, in this season, you ain't going to make those same mistakes because I'm going to set you around good counselors, good people. There are people, did you know that there are people who are God-ordained goats? People says, what is she talking about? There are people, click, tag, and share, who are God-ordained goats. What the heck is the woman of God saying? A God-ordained goat. The Bible said that my sheep know my voice, and a strange voice they will not follow. But this is the season where God will ordain the goats to bless you. He said the wealth of the wicked is stored up for us. And so because you righteously go to God with counsel, he said, I'm going to ordain some goats in the season to bless you. What does that mean? Do you know what a God-ordained goat is? A God-ordained goat is a goat. You don't lead a goat. You use one. God will have people in your space for you to take their skin and their milk. Those are attributes and qualities of a goat that you get. And you use the skin and you use the milk because that's all they got. What am I saying? They're only there for a season to give you what you need. They're only there for a season to give you the knowledge you need to succeed. And then you send them on their way because they will never understand the voice of God. They're God-ordained goats. And God says, I'm going to send them to you for a specific assignment. And you take what you can and you move them on, man. Well, that's wrong. Why would you use people? They use you every single day. They use you every single day. See, sheep you can lead. Goats you can't. Goats talk about you. Someone said, OMG. Goats will throw you under the bus. Goats don't know the language of obedience. Goats think they're important, but unfortunately they are not. Goats will metamorphously try to find something for you to connect themselves to, but you can't connect yourself to a goat. Why? Because they're always wandering. They have such a vagabond spirit about them until goats eat anything. Goats believe anything. Goats don't care about nothing. Goats, in fact, I love you too. Goats will destroy stuff. Goats you can't lead. If you ever go to Jamaica, you see they everywhere. But sheep follow the shepherd's voice. They got a beautiful coat. They have value. They know the shepherd's voice. You can't lead a goat nowhere. You can't. You can't. But sometimes God will use the goat because he said, I will ordain the footstool to bless you. And so goats are really cute footstools that God used. See, there's a reason and a season for a goat. But there's also a lifetime associated with the sheep. And so what God says, I'm going to ordain the goats in this season to bless you. Yeah, the goats. And so goats will talk about you because they're doing that right now. They have created a page concerning you. Then they try to recruit a whole lot of people. Them the goats. They broke, they busted, they disgusted, they live in the dark. You can't even look at a goat too long because it's, oh God. And so goats, them goats can't do nothing. And so you use them. And so God says, you know what they doing? Every time they talk about you, they going to go to your page and they going to be blessed, but the goat's still going to be impoverished. The goat's still going to be broke. The goat's still going to be, and God says, I'm using them. Let them do their job. Because God says, someone said, you in the vein. Erica Finderbaker, I'm just doing what God told me. Someone said, me too. That's happened to me. Okay. Crystal Lancaster, that happened to you. Good. Because every time a goat talk about you, God says, I'm going to ordain them to come to your page, Crystal, and they're going to learn something. God, someone said, teachers, pastor, Lisa, I'm doing the best I can. And God says, I'm ordaining the goats. You need to just text one and go, no, sheeps go bad. I don't even know what goats, I don't even know their language. And so God says, do you understand goats don't have wise counsel? Because goats can't be led. Goats just, they're vagabonds. They all up in the hill. They're all up in the mountain. They just eating trash and they just everywhere. And God says, do you know when you have wise counsel, they will recognize the goat and say, don't you be associated with that. Don't you even get caught up with a goat. Someone say, Nada Howard, come in live and listen to the pastor. Miss Howard is trying to get you. See, you doing a business and the goat trying to destroy it. You doing what you got to do and the goat is trying to destroy it. Goats will never have counselors because they will never do some of the silly stuff that they do. Oh, I wouldn't do that. Listen to me. I was getting ready to do something, and what I did is I called my counselor. I called 2-3 people. I called my husband first. Then after I called my husband first, I called our bishop, Bishop Liston Page. I said, Bishop, someone said, you on fire today. I ain't even preached yet. Wait till tonight. I said, Bishop Page. He said, yo, what's up, Jay? Because if you ever heard Bishop Page talk, this is the way he talk. Yo, Jay, what's going on, Jay? I said, Bishop, let me ask you a question. Should I do yada yada? I don't know about that, Jay. Let me tell you something, Jay. Come on, Jay. Jay, you ain't got to do that. You know how they are, Jay. Don't do that, Jay. Nah, I wouldn't do that, Jay. Yo, where Fred at? Yo, Fred, my man, 100 grand. Yo, let's talk about this. Nah, Jay, you ain't got to do that, Jay. Nah, Jay. And when my counselor began to speak to me, I begin to say, you're right. I'm not going to do that. Because my husband and my counselor both said, don't do that. Because goats, you can't tell them, don't do that. Nah, don't do that. Goats, you can't say, do you know you destroying yourself by trying to destroy them? What y'all laughing at? I got people laughing right now. And do you know that a goat will never see success? They don't have the ability to see it. Wise counselor will check you every time. But because you're a sheep, you'll say, I'll listen to the shepherd. I'll listen. I'll listen. Michelle said goats are jealous. Goats are very jealous. They're very jealous because the skins are different. Have you ever touched wool? It's soft. It's valued. It's cushiony. Goats are rough, child. They rough, Regina and Anthony. Goats are rough. They skin rough. You ever seen a rough skinned goat? Their mouths are rough. They just rough. And goats got a look about them. They just, why do you have a goat associated with sheep? And God says, do you know the wise shepherd understands I got to separate the goats and the sheep? Because I can lead the sheep, and the sheep have to have success. But they want to be associated with the goats. And God says, this is not the season because your counselor has to lead you. And I cannot lead you if you are associating with the conflicts of the goat. Proverbs 11:14 said, conflicts in small groups presents opportunity to Satan to divide them, but also for group members to grow. You can't grow with a goat. You can't go to the next level. You can't take new wine and stick it in old wine skins. And the only thing a goat can do for you is give you skin to put new wine in. And God says, what I'm doing in this season to take you not just from glory to glory to glory to change your story is you take the skin of the goat. And what you do, see, you don't know the scripture? Well, let me help you. You cannot take new wine and stick it in old wine skin, because the purpose of the goat is so you could take the skin and put take the skin and put new wine in. And God says, what you do to the goat is you take off the legs of the goat, you sew up the goat's skin, and you put new wine in, because you can't take new wine and put it in old wine skin. So I gotta ordain the goat to let you get new wine in this season. So you need the goat. The goats talk too much. Someone said, you just answered my question. Joanna, build long and wide. Joanna Lynn, build wide and long. Hear me. But move silently in this season. See, that's why you need to go, because you need to put new wine in some sort of skin. Goats will tell you everything. Goats will lie. They'll give you tea. Hot, cold, lukewarm, you want to sip it. And what they do is they give you information you need to succeed. That's why God says, let the wheat and the tare grow together, and I'll separate them in the end, my friend. You can't separate them. I've ordained them just for a season, for a reason. Get their skin. Get it. Get that information. Get it. Someone said, this is a rhema word. Get that skin. Get it. Give me your skin, because what I'm doing in this season, God is creating a new thing in me. He's doing something that you can't see. I just need your legs. I need your skin. That's all I need. And so be a goat and associate with me just for a period of time. Give me all I need, my friend. I need your skin. And what happens is God says, I am creating new wine in you in this season, and you need something to put it in. They gonna help you get all you need to put the new wine in. So you know what? Someone said, I just learned something today. And God says, do you realize why? You're not guilty by association, because a goat will never look like a sheep. There is no resemblance. No. They think they do, but they don't. See, your wise counsel will identify the goats that are among you. Someone said, I felt every word of this message. Well, Miss, I'm happy I'm here. I'm happy I'm here. See, you have to understand that God says, I'm doing something new in you. And when they see you, they gonna recognize that something happened that I wasn't associated with. Because you're not going to be guilty by association. Because you can't be associated with wrong stuff when counsel's around you saying, run, baby, run. Disassociate yourself from it. I wouldn't get caught up in that mess. I wouldn't get caught up in that. See, because a wise counsel will say, what they say? A wise counselor say, no, 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 no. A wise counselor say, hold on. Let me introduce you. Let me help glean you. Let me help clean you up, because I need you to listen to the counselor's voice. Never do anything without a good counselor, a good mentor. Some of you, okay, let me help you, because a lot of you don't even understand. Let me help you with psychology says about counseling. Counseling is a psychology that is specializing itself, that in-campus research applies good work in several broad dynamics or dimension. Counseling, processing, helping you overcome adversity, supervision, training, career or business development, providing, protecting, and giving you preventive measures in business, spirituality, or in health. Goats don't know nothing about that. That's why when you read Proverbs 11 and 14, it says, where no counsel is, the people will fall. But where a multitude of counselors are, there is where you are supposed to be safe. When you associate yourself with small conflicts, you only present the opportunity for Satan to divide, but also for group members to grow. Whatever is around you that is not growing, ask yourself, are they wise? Are they wise? You are a businesswoman. You are a businessman. You are a leader. You're not a follower. You are a strategist. You know good and well the doctor told you what to do, and you have not been doing it. Whatever it is that is associated with your next move, have wise counselors. Have someone that can say, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You have people that are around you that says, if you do this, this will work. Why? I manifested evidence that it worked. Anytime you have anybody that does not have manifested evidence behind what they say, they're a goat. Because experience is the greatest teacher. The best thing, listen to me, I could tell you to buy a house, because in my lifetime, I've owned 3 of them. I just choose not to buy a house in the season I know I didn't have a good marriage. That's wisdom. That's wisdom. Because some of you right now are fighting over the equity in your home and you knew the marriage wasn't going to work. Tell them to keep it. Sometimes some of the best counselors will tell you, walk away, let them keep everything, because God going to let you. Yes, God, I heard that. Go ahead, and somebody need to receive this. Walk away, let them have it all, because God said, I'm going to give you that back and then some. And God said, the way it's going to happen like in light years. That means it's going to happen so fast, because God says, what you have done is you realize, I'm going to let this go so I can grow. And so let it go so you can grow. Some of you, the reason why you're cantankerously evil, because you won't let stuff go. And a wise counselor is saying, let that go, baby. God gonna give it all back. And you're trying to hold on to stuff. And a wise counselor is saying, okay, y'all gonna cry now, and you go on and cry with faith. Do you know goats will hold on to trash forever? You gotta grow. A wise counselor will say, let that go. You ain't got no time to be fighting over stuff. Let it go. Let them have it. Do you know goats hold on to stuff because they know that they're not relevant? I'm going to hold on to stuff that has relevancy. And goats will hold on to stuff for years. And God said, let that go. Let it go so you can grow. You can't grow where there's conflict. There is no way to grow where there's conflict. Let it go. God said, I'll give you double for your shame. Matter of fact, I know I've seen God give me double. Go ahead, keep it. You know you could take them to court because they stole all your stuff. Yeah, I know I could. Yeah, I know I could. I know I could. You got it on paper. They lied. They said that they didn't have it. I know I could. But they did a lie with your stuff? Yeah, they did. They did. And you know they got it? God said, let it go. He said, I'm going to give you that and then some. Some of y'all fighting over stuff. And your counselor, your therapist, your pastor, God don't don't care about your tears today. God, let it go. God said, let it go. Let it go. You ain't got no time to fight about stuff. God said, go on and let them keep it. He said, because what you don't understand, they may got it, but they ain't going to keep it because they're not going to even have the finances to sustain it when it breaks. They ain't got no time to fight about stuff. You ain't going to even have the finances to sustain whatever it is you fighting about. God says, go ahead and let it go because the only thing they going to do, they going to lose it all because of the way they took it from you. Let it go. K Dukes, I'm telling you, let it go. In fact, please, I'm giving you wise counsel. Let it go. Some of you are fighting about stuff. Well, he got my good pair of sneakers. So what? Let it go. Don't let fear tell you will never get it back. Let it go. The best praise and worship song is sung by this girl that we all know as Elsa. And she was in this church called. And she said, let it go, let it go, let it go. Your counselor told you, let it go. Your pastor, your mother, your father, your daughter said, mommy, don't do that. And you still fighting over stuff. And God is saying, do you know you will never grow because you're holding on to a conflict? And Proverbs 11:14 says, when there is no counsel, and you getting counsel to let stuff go, but yet still you holding on to it. Ask yourself why. Why? Why? Proverbs 11:14 is our seed. Because God says, I'm going to give you counsel in this season so that you can go to a next level. Someone say, you are directing that to me. 8/7/2022 was my new day. Elder Michelle said, come on, Elsa. Elder Elsa. We have ordained her Elder Elsa. Because Elsa, she preached her initial sermon a long time ago. She said, let it go. Let it go. And some of you won't let stuff go. You holding on to stuff. And God says, your wise counselor have given you the word. Let that go. Let that anger go. Let that malice go. Let that maliciousness go. Let the envy go. Let the jealousy go. Let it go. Someone said, I need the seed on this today. Go to www.carchronicles.org. Can't say it enough. Hear me. Let it go. Y'all saw my attorney call. He said, hey, yo, Jay, yada, 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 what we going to do? What, I am the boy. Well, listen, I'm giving you off today. You take the weekend off. Let's pick up on Monday. Got that? Roger that. Because my counselor spoke. Y'all came. Bishop said, frozen is coaching. Amen, Bishop. Y'all can't grow because your counselor saying, let it go. Do you trust God or not? He will confirm everything out of 2 or 3 witnesses. Every word shall be established. And he has established his word through counsel many times, but you won't let it go. Once you let it go and you take the advice of your counselor, God said you will see manifested evidence like never before. Today, we're seeding on Proverbs 11:14. It is the simple seed. I want those of you who are going through a divorce right now. Those of you who are going through a divorce right now, your seed is 47. If you're going through a divorce, you got to let some stuff go. Don't be afraid to let some stuff go so God can give you back everything that you have lost, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Don't let fear tell you to hold on to it because you'll never get it back. If you know the story of Korah in the Bible, Korah tried to divide the camp by hiding stuff, by sowing seeds of discord. And I don't care what people say, your counselor, your therapist, your attorney is saying, we ain't fighting over this. We ain't fighting over this. No, we're not going to fight over the kids. Some of you are in a custody battle right now. You're fighting over the kids. You can't fight with nobody bitter in a custody battle. They don't even want the kids, but they fighting because they don't want you to have them. They ain't thinking about the kids. Yep, he's an absentee parent. They're an absentee parent. Let me tell you something. My ex fought me tooth and nail over kids he abandoned. Yeah, he fought them tooth hell. You can't have them. They mine. They can't. And just turn into look, you don't throw that man under the bus. No, I ain't doing that, child. I'm transparent. I am the first person to tell you my story because your joker's going to mess it up and lie. And I'm telling you, when you in a custody battle over some kids now that you abandoned and y'all fighting custody battles and they don't even want the kids, but they fighting. You know what? Listen, what do you say? You don't let no judge decide what you're going to do with your kids. Okay, now y'all want to cry. Now y'all want to cry. Just go on and cry today. You ain't got no time to fight and let no judge decide. You have them on the weekends. Matter of fact, we ain't in no custody battle. You come pick these jokers up whatever you want to. Pick them up. You want them to JoJo and Ray Ray outside with the Dorothy Explorer and the Coco Melon backpack. Come and get them. That's not a problem. And y'all fighting over stuff. Someone said I went through the same thing. You fighting over couches and you fighting over clothes and linen and you fighting over the good pillow and you fighting over the car and you say something. I want my name. He can have everything. Give me my name. I earned that. I earned. Some of you need to go ahead and let go of your last name. You know, you won't know. Well, my kids is a coffee. So because my kids are coffee, I'm gonna be a coffee too. No, you ain't a coffee no more. You's the boss. Well, I want to be associated with my kid. Harriet said that part. Well, I'm gonna be associated with my kids because you find all kind of reasons to be connected to stuff, and your counselor is saying, "Don't you do that. Don't do that. Don't do that." The wisdom is in your counselor. Some of you need to go somewhere and get you a life coach because you got Jamaican in your blood. I'm a cook. Man, go be a cook. Man, nah. Me go and be a bus driver. Nah, no bus driver. No, me not bus driver. No, me a apostle. No, me an apostle. Me a bus driver. Nah, me a Airbnb. Yeah, what? Yeah, me have 9 jobs. You don't know what you want to do. All you know is you want to do something. Do you know one of the counselors that you can get is a life coach to say, what is your passion? Let's start there. Let's start there. Let's start there. Let's start there. Someone said, I tune in at the right time. Set your notifications so you won't miss me. And God said, your counselor is giving you everything that you do to win in this season. And you still don't listen. You must be a goat. Oh, I want to get engaged. I want to get engaged. You can't get engaged and you taking somebody else in your relationship that God presented before you. Well, what do you mean by that? In your heart, you still in love. In your heart, you still in love. You jokers done moved on and you got the ring, but you still in love. Because why? You done had this joker in your heart. And you ain't giving your heart to nobody. They still fighting for it. And here you are, get ready to walk down the aisle, going down the aisle with your ex. You just need to stop it. Take a moment, breathe for a little while, and heal yourself. Because broke people do what? Y'all sound pretty. Break people. Stop this foolishness here. Y'all gonna walk their mind. The Bible says if you go into the city and they don't receive you, I love that scripture, shake the very dust from your feet and do what? Y'all sound good. Move on. And some of you, someone said, I'm on the floor right now. And some of you can't move on because your counselor told you to move on and you won't do it. But yet and still you want to grow. Yet and still you want your business to work. Yet and still you want to be great. Yet and still you want all of these things. God says you will have nothing because you won't receive the counselor that I set before you. Someone said, I'm a life coach. All life coaches need to put their name and their number up here so folks can find you. Some of you right now, leave your kids alone. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. 50,000 times ways a Sunday. Leave that boy alone. He grown. Leave him alone. Let him fall. Let him fall. Jesus told you, let him fall. He won't let him fail. Let him fall. He won't let him. But I'm the mother. And you overcompensating because the daddy gone. I'm there too. Some of us just are enablers. We overcompensating because we feel bad for our kids. You don't want them in the grave. You don't want them in jail. And you just work. And you give them everything. You going crazy. They ain't got no daddy. They ain't got no grandparents. They just got you. So you feel like you're the only one and you just going crazy. I know I've been there too, there right now. And God says, I'm telling you, your counselor said, let them jokers go. And sometimes they need to find themselves sitting sometime in a cell, not permanently. Lord, if you get me out of here. And some of your kids going to find themselves in a situation that, Lord, if you get me out of here, they'll consult the Most High God then saying? If you just let it go. Now, I got to go. Delirium Michelle put hers up there. She says, I'm a counselor. Yeah, she a counselor. She sure is a life coach. She put it up there. Somebody just need a life coach because you don't know what to do. Some of you trying to buy a house and you don't know how to even start. You don't know what to do. How do I start? How do I save? What do I do? Wait, some of you just need somebody to guide you. But of all the guidance in the world, if you don't listen to the guidance, you will never go anywhere. That's why God gives you wise counsel. That's why there's safety there. The people fall if they don't hear wise counselor. A person that's broke, busted, disgusted, and jealousy can't tell me nothing. Nada, nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me about God if you full of hate. You can't tell me about nobody and you the one that's jealous. You can't tell me. You can't tell me. I can tell you how to run a business. I own the business. I did. You own the business? I sure did. 2 of them to be exact. You can't tell me how to buy a house and you never had one. Yeah, 3 of them to be exact. Google them. 186 Mally Drive, 29 Kingman Road. Yeah. And when I bought my first house, I cashed in one of the stocks I had and took 20 grand from that stock that I had and put my own money on the table. Like, bam, nah, we married, but I'm bringing something to the table. He is mine. I can't, what? I can't, yeah, the best thing that I have ever done is just, nah, I know this ain't gonna work. I'll be dang if I purchase a property with this joke and I know it ain't gonna work. I ain't gonna be stuck. It was the greatest advice that I've ever gotten. God confirmed what the woman told me. She said, don't you purchase a house because you know that marriage ain't gonna work. You know you getting a divorce. You bet not. And it was the best thing I ever did. Best thing. Someone said, the realest pastor I know. I don't know nothing else. I don't know nothing else. I know that God is going to give you a counselor that is going to lead you, and they're not going to use you and abuse you. They're going to get you right. The rest of you who are on here, it is a small seed because it is. It is. It is the small seed of 17 or 27 for you. I just gave you wisdom. But God said, I am going to give you counselor. The counselor that's going to help you how do I get my credit score up? Let me tell you something. That's Shane Kilton's segment of the message. Because I'm like, I think about 740, 730 or something like that. Some of you think if you pay off all your credit cards, that's going to help you. It does. But you don't pay it off in one shot. You do it in increments. Some of you say, if I pay off my credit cards and I don't use them, then I can move my credit score. Do you know that hurts you because they have to be active? I want to know now, if I'm in the high 7s, I'm in the 730 somethings, then how do I get to an 8? 8 is hard. Somebody said you need to open up another credit card. They told me that, but I'm waiting for the wise counselor to confirm. Do I do that? Some of your credit could be hurt because you got too many last names. I'm guilty of that. I got divorced a few times, but I ain't never going to get divorced again. And I'm not ashamed that I did. And the reason why I'm not ashamed is because I'll be doggone if I saying something miserable. I ain't doing it. Some of you wish you had the courage that I had. You can talk about me all you want to. I love you too, Perta Barkley. Some of you wish you had the courage to walk away. But some pastor telling you to stay. Broken, beaten, disgusted, lied on, cheated on, multiple babies and STD. They telling y'all to stay because it's biblical. Y'all better know the book. That ain't what, no, under the Mosaic law, if they, since you want to go there, I can do Levitical, I can do Mosaic and Noahic. So since let's go there under the Mosaic law, if your husband or your wife cheats on you, you have a right to walk away. That's your God-given right. It's in there. Yeah, that's the truth. See, your pastor ain't tell you that. I ain't afraid to say it. You have to understand, God said, I'm going to give you counselor. I'm going to give you wise counselor. I'm going to give you wise counsel. I'm getting ready to give it to you. Someone said, I went from a 550 to a 730. Thank you, Shane Kelton. That's what they said. And you sitting up there saying, well, why this ain't working? Well, why this ain't working? Why? Because you won't receive wise counselor. Hear me. Go to www.callchronicles.org and watch that counselor show up with the wisdom you need to succeed. God said, I'm going to send them. Anybody that is connected to somebody that is cantankerous, jealous, strife, or cause division, that spirit is going to fall on you. I am Pastor Jameliah Gooden. And every time you click my button, I'm going to tell you the truth. Right? South Carolina, let's show up, show out, because I got to be out. It's baptism tomorrow. Bye-bye.